Greetings and welcome to the next episode of Yellowstone Ghost Stories. Spooky tales from the world's first national park. And this episode is entitled River Styx. S-T-Y-X. Styx. G.L. Henderson, dubbed the godfather of Yellowstone, was one of the park's original promoters. He was an early-day park warden, transportation operator, guide, hotelier, and storekeeper. He is given credit for naming many park features. We're not sure if all of the names originate with him or if he passed on some common names already in use. His strong interest in mythology and his use of mythological names led us to believe he probably named many features because they still hold those names today. Henderson took many tourists into the upper hot springs terraces of Mammoth. One particularly favorite place was the River Styx and the Devil's Kitchen. Although accessible by the public, few know where it is. If you know anything about Greek mythology, you know there is a good reason to love the River Styx. Yellowstone's River Styx is a hot water creek that originates in the Upper Mammoth Hot Springs terraces and disappears underground. In Greek mythology, the River Styx is believed to be the principal and most famous river of Hades. It winds around the underworld 9 times, forming the border of Hades and separating the world of the living from the world of the dead. The word Styx comes from the Greek word Stygian, which means hate. Therefore, the river could be appropriately called the River of Hate. This is somewhat intriguing because there are also caves called Stygian located near the Yellowstone stream. These caves have long history of emitting poisonous gases that are deadly to birds, insects, and small animals. The mythical belief is that the River Styx can only be crossed by the dead. Upon one's death, the spirit departs its mortal body and begins its first journey to the underworld. The dead souls congregate near or on the river's shore. Each wicked soul seeks his or her passage from Charon, the old ferryman who transports them across the river and takes them to Hades. Only those souls who can afford Charon's fees are ferried across. For this reason, the dead must always be buried with a coin called an obol in their mouths. Those who cannot pay are doomed to haunt the riverbanks through eternity. In the early years of Yellowstone National Park, the River Styx and the Stygian Caves, along with what is called the Devil's Kitchen, are often frequented by tourists. They were part of Henderson's Mammoth Hot Spring Tour and cited in his 1885 and 1888 guidebooks called Yellowstone Park Manual and Guide. He even built a ladder which took countless tourists down into Devil's Kitchen Cave for more than 5 decades until 1939, after it was discovered that the gases of the kitchen, along with the Stygian caves, were actually lethal. That part of the tour was closed. Even today, small animals and birds sometimes die from carbon monoxide that accumulates in low areas. So, as sure as the mysterious old River Styx flows underneath the earth in the upper terrace, Sharon, the old ferryman, still picks up those dead souls, willing to pay, and carries them to their endless inferno. Thank you for being with me for this story, and I look forward to next week's episode, which is called The Sentinel of Yellowstone. So take care, have a wonderful evening, and we will see you tomorrow. Spooky, spooky, spooky next week. Bye for now.